Hey everyone, welcome back to Learning English with Fluent, the go-to place for improving your English skills. In today's episode, we are diving deep into modal verbs, those tiny mighty words that can completely change the meaning of your sentence. Trust me. By the end of this video, you'll be a pro using modal like can, could, will, might, and more. So let's get started. First, let's dive into the question, what exactly are modal verbs? Modal verbs are a specific type of auxiliary verb that serve important function. In a sentence, they express various nuances such as ability, possibility, necessity, or permission. Unlike many verbs, modal verbs cannot stand alone. They must be accompanied by a main verb to convey complete thought. For instance, consider the following examples. I can swim in the sentence. Can indicates the ability to swim. Another example can be you should study. Here, should suggests a recommendation or necessity related to studying. Notice how the modal verb can and should modify or enhance the meaning of the main verb, swim and study. This adds depth to the action being described, which is one of the unique features of modal verb. Now, let's take a look at a quick list of some of the most common modal verbs you will encounter in English. Can, which is used to express ability or possibility. Could, the past tense of can, often used to express polite request or hypothetical situation. Will, which indicates the future intention or certainty. Would, often used to express a conditional situation or a polite request. Shall, primarily used in a formal context to indicate future action. Should, used to give advice or express obligation. May, indicates permission or possibility. Might, which suggests a weaker possibility than may. Must, which expresses necessity or strong obligation. Ought, to similar to should, it conveys a recommendation or more obligation. But don't worry if this feels overwhelming. We will explore each of these modal verbs step by step later on, complete with plenty of examples to help clarify the usage in different contexts. Now let's explore the powerful way to express ability using modal verbs. Then dynamic duo of can and could will become your best allies in communicating effectively. Can is your go-to choice for indicating present or general ability. For instance, I can play the guitar. This statement shows a current skill that you possess and enjoy. As example can be, she can speak 3 languages. Here, we're celebrating her impressive ability to connect with multiple cultures through language. In contrast, could serves as a past tense of can, reflecting abilities that were once part of your skill set. Think about this example. When I was younger, I could climb trees. This emphasizes a nostalgic ability that may no longer apply, evoking memories or childhood adventures. But here's a powerful thing. Leverage can to articulate your potential future ability too. For example, when you say, I can help you tomorrow, you're not just offering assistance, you convey readiness, a commitment. And by mastering can and could, you empower yourself to share your capability with clarity and confidence. So let's continue to enhance our communication skill together. Now, your turn. Comment below. What's something you can or could do? For example, I can cook amazing pasta. Let's see where you go. Now, let's talk about possibility. When you're not 100% sure, something will happen. For this, you might say or might use may or might, and sometimes could. An example with may can be, it might rain tomorrow. An example with might can be, we might be late for the movie. So, what's the difference between may and might? Not much. Both are used for possibilities, but might is often seen as slightly less certain. Think of it like this. If you're 50% sure, use may. And if you're closer to 40% sure, go with might. Easy to remember. Now, let's confidently dive into an essential skill: asking for and giving permission. Modal verbs are invaluable tools for mastering this. Which can, may, and could be the most prominent option available to us. Understanding how to use these verbs effectively will enhance your communication significantly. First, let's explore how to ask for permission. Here are some clear examples to illustrate the difference. Can I borrow your pen? This phrase is directly and widely accepted in casual conversation. It's straightforward and gets to the point quickly. May I leave early today? When you say may, you elevate your request to a more formal level. This is perfect choice in professional setting, showcasing your respect and consideration for the context. Notice the distinction? While can is perfectly acceptable in many contexts, opting for may reflects a higher degree of politeness and professionalism. This is crucial in situations where decorum matters. Now, let's shift our focus for granting permission. When you give someone the go ahead, you can state, "You can take the day off." Response is clear, friendly, and shows you are supportive of their needs. Yes, you might use your car, or you might use my car. This is not only communicative permission, but does so with a touch of respect, a great way to foster goodwill. Next, we have could. This modal verb is particularly useful for making polite requests. It implies a courteous tone and shows that you understand the other person's right to refuse. For example, could I have some water, please? Here, could tempts your request, making it less direct and more respectful. An excellent choice in any interaction. And finally, to solidify your understanding, let's tackle a quick quiz that will help enforce these concepts. I want you to determine which of the sentences below is more formal. Type your answer in the comment below. Can I have a cup of tea? Or may I have a cup of tea? Think about the context and the impression you want to leave. This skill is crucial, and I'm excited to see your responses. Now, let's dive into the concept of obligation and necessity. And understanding these ideas is essential for effective communication. We employ modal verbs such as must, should, ought to, and have to express varying level of obligation and advice. Must. This is the strongest modal verb at our disposal, indicating obligations or rules that are not merely suggestion but imperative requirement. For instance, where we assert, "You must wear a seatbelt while driving," we highlight the absolute necessity of this rule for safety and legal compliance. This phrase carries an undeniable urgency, conveys that there is no room for debate or flexibility. It's a non-negotiable directive. In contrast, should and ought to are more moderate in tone, used primarily for issuing advice or recommendations rather than imposing strict obligation. When we say you should eat more vegetables, we are advocating for a healthier choice but brings significant benefit without imposing a mandatory requirement. Similarly, you ought to take a break suggests that taking some time off is a wise and beneficial decision, emphasizing personal and well-being rather than a rigid obligation. But this approach encourages positive actions while respecting individual choices. When we use have to, it parallels must in indicating obligation, but it often stems from external influence or established rules rather than a deep personal necessity. For example, saying I have to finish this project by Friday suggests an obligation arising from external factors like workplace, deadlines, or client demands. And this conveys a clear understanding of the pressures associated with fulfilling necessary tasks indicated by the environment. And to sum it up, with clarity must communicate a strong personal conviction about what must be done, reflecting urgent necessity, while have to relates more to compliance with external demands. Mastering this distinction empowers you to articulate obligation effectively, ensuring that your communication is both clear and impactful in any context. Modal verbs are a powerful tool for making a prediction about the future, allowing us to express at what level of certainty with precision. And the three most effective modal verbs for this purpose are will, shall, and might. Will is our go-to choice for confident predictions. It conveys a strong belief that something is definitely going to happen. For example, she will succeed in her career. This statement reflects complete certainty in her future. Success is based on solid reasoning or past performance. Then we have might, which is used to express possibilities when we are not completely sure. It indicates that while something could happen, it's not a given. For instance, we might be a bonus this year. In this case, there's a likelihood of receiving a bonus, but the outcome is not firmly established. Finally, we have shall. This might be a bit more formal, yet it remains a strong choice in certain contexts, especially in written communications or official discussions. It signifies determined intent or obligation. For example, I shall return by evening. And this statement shows a clear commitment to return at the specific time. Now it's your turn to shine. What are your predictions for the future? Use either will or might in your comment. For example, you could say, I will learn a new language next year. Demonstrate your commitment, or I might travel to Europe, indicating an exciting possibility. Let's confidently envision our future together. Now, let's get right into the effective use of modal verb for making suggestion and offer. This is where shall, could, and should truly shine and ever elevate your communication. When making a suggestion, should is your go-to choice. For instance, you can confidently say, you should try the new Italian restaurant that you just opened downtown. This not only recommends an action, but also indicates that you genuinely believe it would be an excellent experience to further listen. Now, when it comes to making offers, shall is a perfect word to use. You must say, shall I help you with that? This clearly expresses your willingness to assist while inviting the person to accept your help, all in a friendly manner. For suggesting possibilities, could is incredibly effective. You can assertively propose. It could go to the park later. This statement presents a great option without any pressure, allowing the listener to consider the choices. So, as you move forward with your plans and interactions, don't hesitate to use modal verbs. They do not only convey politeness, but also showcase your assertiveness in connecting with others. You've got this. So let's take a closer look at how the addition of the word not after a modal verb can completely transform the meaning of the statement. Understanding these nuances is crucial for effective communication. So, first, let's explore cannot, or its contraction, can't. When you declare you cannot park here, you are not just providing information, you are enforcing a rule that prohibits parking in the specific location. And this expression indicates a definite restriction or an inability to perform the action. It's important to highlight that cannot is often used in informal context to firmly establish boundaries. Next, we have should not or shouldn't. When you say you shouldn't skip breakfast, you express a strong recommendation based on general accepted advice. And this statement suggests that omitting breakfast could lead to various negative outcomes, such as decreased energy level or difficulty concentrating or missing out on important nutrients. It implies that while it's not a strict order, it's advisable to adhere to this guidance for better overall health. Now, let's discuss must not or mustn't. For example, if I say you mustn't use your phone in class, I'm emphasizing a strong prohibition. This command suggests that there are serious consequences for disobeying this rule, like disciplinary action or disrupting the learning environment. The word mustn't conveys a sense of urgency and seriousness that goes beyond merely advising against an action, and is often used in a context where adherence to rules or regulation is critical. Just a quick tip to keep in mind: when you're using mustn't, this term indicates a much stricter stance than shouldn't. So when you choose to use it, be prepared to express the importance of the following guideline closely. Misusing it could lead to misunderstandings regarding to the level of urgency or seriousness you intend to communicate. In summary, the subtle difference in meaning conveyed by this negative form of modal verb can greatly enhance your clarity and precision in conversation, so choose wisely. And before we conclude today's session, let's take some time to put our knowledge into practice. I will present a series of sentences with a blank space, and your task is to fill in each blank with appropriate modal verb. Are you all set to test your understanding? Let's dive in. In the first sentence, think about safety regulation. You wear a helmet while biking. Hint, consider what is mandated or required. In the next statement, focus on offering assistance. I help you with your homework if you'd like. Hint, what word would you convey a willingness to assist? Lastly, evaluate the likelihood of future weather. It snow tomorrow. Hint, reflects on the chances of this happening. Please write down your answers and share them in the comment section below. Let's see how well you can apply what you've learned. That's wrap for today, everyone. I know modal verbs can be a bit daunting initially, but with consistent practice, they soon feel instinctive. If you found this video enlightening, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more valuable English lessons. I'd love to see your examples and tools in the comments. Let's engage and learn together. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep practicing and believe in yourself. Looking forward to see you next time.